Okay, I've been getting messages from people asking me how to get into hair loss, which is incredibly flattering that somebody considers me a source to ask that question, and I appreciate it. But if you are interested in either, I think that the question you should ask yourself is, do you want to get into hair loss or do you want to help people with hair loss? In my opinion, those are two different paths. If you want to get into hair loss, I recommend that you look at the services that you are already offering and think of one service you can add that complements what you're already doing. Number one, it'll be easier to get the clientele. Number two, it'll be more familiar to you. If you're doing short hair services, I would add short hair replacement. If you're doing hair extensions, I would add toppers. If you are doing wigs, I would do medical wigs. I would add a service that will complement what I'm already doing. Now, if you want to help people with hair loss, I recommend that you, in conjunction with learning about alternative hair, I recommend you learning about causes of hair loss and hair and scalp services, because you don't want anybody to come to you and you put a band-aid on something that they could easily treat. You also want to be able to recognize different types of hair and scalp conditions, so you'll put the correct type of system on them or no system at all. So the mistake that I made when I did this, in my opinion, is this is where my career was automatically going. I was doing top pieces and hair extensions, and I started to get clients who had advanced hair loss. And my mistake, in my opinion, that I made was I overeducated myself. I took every class I could think of. Every class I could think of, I'm over certified, and I don't even use a lot of the techniques that I learned. But the benefit, I think, is I can cocktail services and in order to get results for my clients. And two, I think that my experience, I have advanced knowledge on different companies and manufacturers and things of that nature. So I have a really good knowledge of who is good at what. So I appreciate that. But if I could start over, I would definitely find one service to offer to what I was already doing. The way I did it, unfortunately, alienated a lot of my clients that I had at the time. I know it doesn't make sense. I gotta try to explain that later, but it kind of alienated my current clientele at that time, and I didn't want to do that, but I didn't know what I was doing in the first place. So in that way, it will complement, and things won't change so much. Things for me changed completely, and so I would recommend you do it that way. So get into hair loss, add a service, help people with hair loss, learn about all of it. All of it. It's a never-ending journey of learning, which is a wonderful thing. It can only benefit you and your client.